Hello YouTube, hello Robloxians, welcome to Lumberland. This is episode number 2 of Building with CBR1K and Lumber Tycoon 2. If you remember last time when we were here, we built the automated chop saw that feeds into our sawmill, which is right here. It goes up there, runs through this, drops through and into the sawmill, and then off to the new build that we're going to be building. So for this build, you're going to need all of this stuff here. Approximate cost is $44,670. Give or take a little bit depending on what you decide to use. The conveyors back here are straight conveyors. You're going to need at least 4 of them, if not 5. Over here are some tilted conveyors. You're going to need a minimum of 3 of those. You got a laser and a laser detector, wires, pressure plate, 2 chop saws, and 2 hatches. I informed this guy that I was recording, and apparently he really wants to be in the video, so let's watch him just for a moment as he does oddball stuff. Alright buddy, I'm going to go back to building. So I did do a little bit of prep work. I laid out our conveyors. Last time this one here was from our original build. I added 2 more. And as you can see over here, I've got my 3 tilt ups and then 2 of them that I put going out to feed the plank chopper, which is what we're going to be building. We can start out. I'm going to grab our hatch, put that thing into place. I did put some blueprints down, so I have it about where I want it to be. Make it a little bit easier for me to get these things in here. Right about there. Nope. One more forward. Right there's where I want it. Alright, we can grab the other one. Turn. There we go. Does make it a little bit, wow. Alright, a little bit easier whenever you already got one in place to place the next one, so we only had to make the 2 there. We can destroy this. Make sure you know what you're destroying before you just click away. And that is going to be our base. Oh, I guess I could have went one more to the left. Guess I should have looked at that first. Alright, turn. And it won't let me do it like that. Bummer. Alright, let's do this then. Same level as that. There we go. It's just a little bit too close right now. We'll modify it here in a moment. And turn. There's one space away. Does that look any better? Yeah, that's much better. Alright. Sorry about that. I thought I was ready for it. Apparently I wasn't. There we go. Alright, so with that piece in place, the next thing we want to drop down is going to be our pressure plate. Rotate. There we go. This one's a little bit more difficult. You got to watch out how you set it. And nope. Let's see. Excellent. Oh, did I turn it on or is it pressured on? Okay. So the placement of that really does depend. If you put it inside of the hatches, you'll see the blue light up there, meaning that it's activated and it won't turn off. With those in place, we can grab our signal delays that we're going to need, rotate them accordingly, and I put those underneath of my projects just so they're kind of out of the way, not really bugging anybody. That's not going to work out that way. Make sure you pay attention to the direction of that arrow, you know what way it's feeding. This project does take a lot more of these, potentially, depending on the size of the planks that you're making. So be aware of that. If you make 2x3s or the largest planks available, you're going to need a longer delay. So that way the hatch doesn't open while you're still trying to chop. Alright, so those are in place. The next thing we need to place down is going to be our laser and laser detector. So let's start out with the detector. Rotate that. It looks like I'm actually looking at it, so let's do it that way. Now this, I really hate that. This view, or this piece, I want to put right here at the end, so that way if or whenever a log comes in or a plank comes in, it can activate it right there. And that might still even be too high. It can activate the system and get everything rolling, especially if it's a short log or a short plank. Then you definitely need that piece to be there, so that way it can activate. And of course, I'm a little bit off. Come on. Rotate, rotate. Okay, let's go right there. Nope, completely missed. Right area, wrong spot. Wonderful. Nothing like messing up the laser drop twice. 3 times. 6th time a charm. Oh, right through my own eyeball. There we go. Oh, why aren't you wanting to place where I need you to? That's going to be off again. Alright, let's do this. Of course. Do I need to place? Yep, we're going to... Alright. Small tile. Nope, we need a tiny tile. Alright, let's see if I can place it there. Just like that. There. Not what I wanted to move. This is what I wanted to move. Alright, let's try this again. And success. Alright, go ahead and get rid of... Nope. Yep. Alright, so that is in place. We want to feed the wire for that to the thick side of the arrow here, so the inside. Try to make it as clean looking as possible. Right there to right there. Awesomeness. Alright, go ahead and crank this beast up. Max it out. Max that out. And I just realized I need a signal inverter or converter. And I do not know. Oh, come on. If I have one nearby. Let's go see if we have one hidden somewhere. So this was not put into my cost analysis. We will definitely have to add that in there. And this is why I tell you it's going to cost about... Not exactly. Nope, nope, and nope. We will go up here and steal one off of what I'm going to make my sign into later. Boop. Yep, we're going to move that beast. Go, Casey, go. Alright, and it is actually aiming the way I need it to, so we could just drop that. Pick up the wire. Move it really quick. Pick up this. We're going to rotate it once. These do not fit the right way, so we have to do a goofy little L thingy with them, which is cool. It is what it is. We're going to put the wire right there. Right there. Oh, what? Let's see if that'll work. Still no. Alright, give me another B. Then we're going to feed it back. I will fix that up later. I did not pre-plan that piece. Here is this. Right to there. Excellent. Let's see if it works. Wire went off. Signal went on. Perfect. Okay. So now that is going to actually activate our hatches. So we go with first hatch about there, up to right there. Click that. Next hatch. This one we want to go onto the inside. We can draw out there, jump over, come here. Now later on when we continue this build out for what's going to happen next, we are going to have to move this wire, but this is just for this build really quick. The next thing we need to do is get our chop saws in place. So normally I would sit here and count out how many places or how many units they are, but because it's just going to be my chop saw, not too worried. Oops. We can destroy that one. Pick up these again. 1, 2. Alright, and yep, it looks like my tower is about 2 higher than my actual belt. I don't know if you can really see it. There's one up there, one right here, and that's about the height that you want them. Sometimes it's 3 depending. Yep. And then you want it to be just outside of that line, or just over that line. Wherever you place your next one usually is within the same number of spots, so that way you get even cuts if you can, which works out wonderfully. But it also depends on whatever size you want your sawmill to cut your planks at, what size you are actually having your big planks milled to. And of course I can't work that way. So it's totally up to you on where you place these. This is the hardest part, is trying to see through all of this stuff. So we are going to get rid of those now. And I haven't made many videos recently because the system that I got for my game capture, it was acting weird. I couldn't actually do good audio through it, so I decided to hold off on any videos until I could get better audio done. I figured out what was wrong. I had a button switch in the wrong place, which unfortunately caused my videos to sound horrible. So I decided to get it fixed. Now that it is fixed, I can definitely run some better videos. Yep, that is a good cutting spot, so we can get rid of these now. Let's open up that second one. Let's try to get that guy in place. These saws are actually harder to place than you think. And it looks like they are in about the same spot. Destroy that. Destroy that. Excellent. Alright, so now we want to take the wire and tag this one here to this one here. Then the harder part of it, we got to bust out some more of these blueprints to be able to get this wire where I want it. I have found that the easier way to route the wires is by using the shadow prints. They make, for these types of things, it makes it think that it's actually a blueprint, so you can build on it, and then you can get rid of it without actually having to build, which is awesome. One more. There we go. Alright, and the wire that will actually activate this whenever a plank comes over and hits it, there, all the way across. No, I want to put a bend here, there, to right there, which in turn is going to tag into here and should activate whenever we need it to. Alright, so it looks like we have the converter, the doors or the hatches, the laser for the beam, the pressure plate. Yep, it looks like we've got everything we need to complete the build. Excellent. Let's see if it works. So one of my other lobbies that I was in was having issues with the chop saw, so I've got a few different types of wood here, or a few different plank sizes, wood plot sizes to make this thing work. So as you can see, it goes up the conveyor. Just like our wood cutter, we've got the laser that's going to activate everything. It hits the end, saw comes down, and it's not cutting again. I do not know why my saw is not cutting, but that looked like it was at least 10 units, so we should be good. Through the mill, it pops out the other end, goes up, and this one probably won't be long enough to set off my saw, but we will see. Nope. Bummer. Then the hatch opens, it drops, and the next thing we're going to put down is conveyors for it to continue down and go on to the next build that we're going to make. So let's go ahead and put that over there. We are going to feed these cut up pieces right here through, all in one cycle, so it's going to activate, try to chop, it won't be able to chop, but at the other end it should make it go a little bit crazy and turn on the other saws. So there's that. This one's going to push it in, and no choppy. And of course, because I put too much in there, it's all messed up. That one goes in. Another one bites the dust. Alright, feed. We're going to feed this one in there, then we're going to run around to the other side and check it out. Alright, so this most likely will not. Oh, really? Right when we're going to do the chop, there it goes. It activated it. It did not actually turn it though. Let's get this one out of here. Feed this one through here. This time we're just going to stand at the end and zoom out. Alright. What is going on with my mill? It's like, doesn't want to come out now. There we go. Same thing. All the way up. Should bump into it and feed it. Yep, there it goes. Activates the saws drop down. If there wasn't a glitch going on with the saws, it should cut it, feed it, and then it goes on to the next pressure plate or the next conveyor system, and out it goes. So with that being said, that is our plank cutter. There is a glitch going on, however, with this system. My friend Jason put it out. Depending on the way the wood is cut, it potentially duplicates the wood. So if you don't want to be a duplicator, make sure that you space those saws out a little bit more, set the timing up a little bit different, or just do a single saw, chop saw up there, so that way you're not actually duplicating it. Unfortunately, if you get a really long plank that comes out, once it cuts and that trap door opens, the laser stays activated, and then it'll continue to drop them down, and you'll miss out on some of the wood that will be fed through. So just a heads up, this is not 100% setup where there's no issues. There are some little issues here and there. Another thing you could always do is set it up where it comes into a couple of hatches like this. You've got lasers that activate the saws. The saws will then cut until the laser stops turning on through that converter. And then you can have individual ones that way. So there's multiples. Or you can do a chain of saws like this and a pressure plate. It's up to you and the way you do it. This is just one way we're going to do it. The next thing we're going to do is build on from here and continue out for my sawmill man cave area that we're going to be building. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and as always, if you would subscribe, we can continue out these builds. If you want to see another build done once I complete this one, please leave comments down below of what you would like to see. I will try to get it done. The next thing I'm going to do is light up this sign. I'm going to do that off screen. I'm going to try to get all the wires and everything set up, and I'm actually going to have this thing flashing. Hopefully, I've got a little bit of help helping me out with it. Hopefully it gets done sooner than later. It'd be a wonderful thing to do. And then we will build our wall from there all the way around and figure out what kind of a build we are going to do for this huge property. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. YouTube, have a good night. Robloxians, keep building. Enjoy the games. They are fun. Hopefully I will be giving you guys more games from Roblox here soon. And again, this is episode number 2 of Building with CBR1K and Lumber Tycoon 2. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.